Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. Harvard has found itself in the crosshairs of Donald Trump.
We can't lose that case because we have the right to make grants. We're not going to make any grants like that. But I don't think Harvard's been acting very nice. Harvard's trying to be a big shot. And all that happens is every 3 days we find another $100 million that was given. 2 days ago, we found $200 million more. The money's given to them like gravy.
You know, it's one thing to be left of Chairman Mao, but Harvard has become home for Hamas sympathizers and unwelcoming for Jewish students. So why would your tax dollar subsidize that? Whether through loans or grants, Harvard is the beneficiary of your generosity without caring what you think. But that might be changing. Last week, President Trump proposed taking $3 billion from Harvard and giving it to trade and vocational schools across the country. Harvard's endowment is north of $50 billion. The federal government is $30 trillion in debt, so you do not need a degree from Harvard to do that math. Joining us is Mike Rowe, CEO of MicroWorks Foundation and host of People You Should Know on YouTube. Welcome, Mike. I do not want to mire you down into politics. Rather, I want you to extol the virtues of learning a skill or a trade.
I appreciate that, Trey. But let's linger for just a moment on the math of this as well. $54 billion is a big number. And at MicroWorks, for the last 16 years, we've been offering these work ethic scholarships specifically to trade schools, and not for nothing, but we just finished our last enrollment program. As of this morning, we have 10 times the number of applicants that we did a year ago today. Harvard, if you're looking for a silver lining, is making my job easier than it's ever been before, because both Gen Z and their parents are looking around and saying, wait, 150, 200 grand in the hole for the next 10 years for my kid to get trained for a job that doesn't exist anymore on money they're never going to be able to pay back. That's a tough sell. That's the good news. The bad news is that the need mathematically has never been higher. 5 retire, 2 come in. It's been that way for 12 years now. 5 out, 2 in, 5 out, 2 in. You've got huge demographic pressure on the existing labor pool. You also have an unprecedented need for welders and electricians and steam fitters and pipe fitters. The people who make our submarines, Blue Forge Alliance and the Associated Maritime Industrial Base, they called me 3 weeks ago. They're looking to hire 140,000 people. The automotive industry, 80,000 openings, both in technicians and collision repair. Don't even get me started on energy. Hundreds of thousands of jobs. These data centers, Trey, and the race for AI, this is being talked about today like it's the modern day Manhattan Project. And I think it is. And the pinch point is a paucity of skilled labor. The memo has gone out. Big CEOs understand we have to do something to turn this ship around. And Harvard and a lot of elite universities have just stumbled over themselves. The optics are terrible. And if $3 billion is really burning a hole in the administration's pocket, I've got some ideas on how we could invest it.
You know, Mike, while you were talking, it dawned on me that my wife married a lawyer, which is something she's actually never needed. I wonder if she thinks she'd be better off finding an HVAC person, an electrician, a plumber, a welder, because she needs them all the time, and so do lots of other folks. You're telling me that for every 5 retirements, only 2 people come into those fields?
Far be it from me to insert myself into the happy Gowdy home. I don't want to go there, but I am telling you that you can ask anybody. And the conversation today isn't so much about, well, how many plumbers could be employed if everybody got the training they need? The question today is, how long do you want to wait for a plumber? How long does Mrs. Gowdy want to wait for the electrician when she flips the switch and the lights don't come on, or flushes the toilet and the mess doesn't go away? That's how the conversation is starting to tip right now. And a lot of kids are beginning to realize there are opportunities there. We just have to put this thing on steroids. It's only a matter of national security.
The answer to all of your questions is 1 nanosecond is how long she would wait. Let me ask you about this. Many of us have loved ones with autism. You did a segment on a trade school for people with autism, and I really might think our viewers would love to hear more about what you did and what you learned.
I'd be happy to tell you. Yeah, I stumbled across a guy a few years ago named Danny Combs, and Danny runs an organization outside of Denver called TACT, teaching autism to the trades community. And it is incredible what they're doing there. These young men and women want to work. The whole neurodivergent community is wildly underserved. The crazy thing is they are loyal and very sticky. When they get a job, they stick. And so much about the trades resonates with these people. And we did an episode not long ago. It's on my YouTube channel. And the reason I wanted to do it, I don't have a ton of skin in that game directly in the autism community, but every day I talk about closing the skills gap. And this is just one more way we can push that rock up the hill. These kids are unbelievable. I hesitate. I don't like to be too earnest or sentimental, but when you see a kid with no hope learn to weld and then get hired by an electric company, for instance, and then go talk to him after 2 years of being a valuable employee who's giving something back. I mean, they're just terrific stories. And this whole series, people you should know, is just a love letter to the neighbors that you wish you had. You know, people with bottom-up solutions coming at a serious problem from an interesting angle. Danny is somewhere toward the top of the list of people who have really made a difference. I appreciate you bringing it up. It's a great show.
I appreciate you bringing good news to people, and I tell you, it is a testament to the inherent value of work. People want to work and they benefit from it. God bless you for shining a light on people who deserve it and not just the people who get in trouble. Mike Rowe, thank you for everything you do, including joining us tonight.
My privilege, Trey. Anytime. Say hey to the missus.
Yes, sir, I will. If she's speaking to me, I will. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.